Schenkerian theory. I was very, very attracted to it right from the beginning. It just seemed like a much more musical way of dealing with music theory, much more connected to the real experience of hearing music, playing music, reacting to music. So it was less abstract than most conventional approaches to theory, which involved just identifying certain chords and their relations to each other in a very, should I say, atomistic way, like one atom here and one atom there, so forth, and no sense of this overall sweep.
I've known Dr. Schachter since 1978 when I came to study at Mannes, and he was my analysis teacher. He played piano so beautifully in the class, and all of us were glued to him and his sound to listen to what he had to say about music.
He came to my recital and he invited me to his classes because I talked about his wonderful books. I don't think I skipped a class for about 6 years in a row.
What was most fun about being a student at Mannes was being a student. We had a very, very small student body with very close bonds. We saw each other a lot out of school, but of course we were also, as Mannes students still are, in the midst of New York, and we had all of New York to enjoy ourselves. It was a wonderful experience. World War II began officially 1939, September 1939, where the Germans invaded Poland. Then the French and English declared war on Germany, and the whole thing started. There was a terrific upheaval in all of Europe. The musicians who were in Vienna, and many of them had to leave, they knew that terrible things would happen to them. And so many of the American or British or Scandinavian country schools became refuges for these refugees. In that sense, Mannes was a small part of 20th century history.
To me, one of the most astonishing things about Dr. Schachter is that not only he has vast knowledge, but that he has humanity, that when he teaches, he does not pick only the best or favorite students or the fastest students, but he's able to reach everyone in the room.
He's such a fantastic teacher because he conveys this enthusiasm and love of the music, which actually got him to understand the music based on love of music. And as he played the piano so wonderfully, he could actually get his analysis across in real playing.
I knew that I was going to be hired at Mannes as a teacher because Mr. Johnson told me. We had a caretaker of the 74th Street building, Mr. Johnson, a lovely Swedish guy, very conscientious and really kept the school in wonderful shape. He said, they're going to take you as on the faculty. What he overheard in a meeting where this was discussed, I don't know. But it, rather typical of them that the caretaker would be the one to announce to the faculty that somebody was going to be hired. There was a lot going on, a lot of variety actually in the influences that the European teachers had. But if we focus on the Viennese teachers, let's not forget that Haydn, Mozart, Beethoven, Schubert all were part of that wonderful flowering of music, of which Vienna was the center then. I eventually was studying conducting, and my conducting teacher, Karl Bamberger, was able to show me how, for example, Richard Strauss conducted something in the opera Salome. And so one had a feeling of connection to a sort of great culture that became very, very close and intimate, because these were our teachers, and we felt very, very close to them. Most influential was Felix Salzer, who was a pupil in Vienna of the great theorist Heinrich Schenker, who had an enormous influence on the education in music theory in the entire United States. That all started here. Salzer was therefore not just a big influence on me, but a really important personality in the field of music theory.
If you know anything about Mannes, it means you know something about Carl and what he contributed, not only as a scholar, not only as a leader, as a dean, just a presence all the time.
Great music is one of the most wonderful expressions of what it means to be a human being. There's a certain way in which music can celebrate the coming together of people better than anything else. It is something that allows people to develop spiritually, even if they, like me, don't believe in God or any supernatural thing. There is still something quite special in the way music speaks.